Hi Cancer, welcome to Bella Luna. I'm going to be doing your reading for today. So these are general, they may or may not resonate, it's for the week ahead, and these readings are also timeless, so whenever you stumble upon them, I just assume that was when you were meant to see them, right? So let's see the center of the situation. Immediately, Spider card flew out. So I don't know what, I guess, triggered this sort of, how do I explain it? It's almost like the spider is shooting out energy throughout its matrix, right? We have a very literal representation of the core of your situation, right? The spider is literally in the center of a web, right? The core of your situation. So it's very earthy. It's something that you'll feel it. It's very tangible. I think this is the week that you're going to start to notice changes in your matrix and you're going to notice how they're all connected, right? It's like something's going to happen in your work life, and then something's going to happen in your romantic life, something's going to happen in your social life, right? It's like all of these areas of your life are so connected, and something happens this week where big changes start to unfold, right? So let's see in the past where you were coming from. Okay, fire ant. So once again, Cancer, as you can see, there is this central energy, right? I'm almost hearing like ground control to Major Tom, weirdly enough. So I don't know if you're trying to reach out almost beyond your own matrix. It's like you're trying to reach out to something on the other side. And I'm not talking about like spirits and stuff. Maybe that's what it's for you, but it really does feel like a dream, a goal, a vision, or something you've been craving your whole life that you can almost reach, but you just can't grasp yet. And coming from the past, this is something that used to really bother you, Cancer. It used to, I'm hearing it just trigger, right? With fire ant, red, the anger, the frustration. Um, and a lot of that comes from being hurt. So I don't know what this situation is. This reading is very cryptic. I am almost getting like control center. So I don't know if your control center has been attacked or if it's been under some type of, let's just say, energetic vice, right? For lack of a better word. But it's definitely, if it started off as something very internal, it is now appearing externally. And I think it's because the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, it really wants you to address it, right? It's really not healthy for us to hold back our emotions or our concerns, if that makes sense. Because I feel like Cancerians get into this a lot where you won't express how you're feeling or you won't say what really needs to be said because you don't want to hurt the other person, right? Cancerians are very compassionate, high vibrational Cancerian, of course. The high vibrational side is super compassionate, super loving, nurturing, right? You're the divine mother. But that can really get taken advantage of because people use that soft spot that Cancerians have, right? The same way a mother has a soft spot for their child, people really abuse and use that side of you, which is not okay at all. Because that's where your energy comes from, that's where your power comes from, and it's yours, it's not theirs. So, yeah, in the past, I sense this has always been an issue in your life. And this week, it's almost culminated to this point where you just have to address it, right? I'm almost hearing from your side where you're just like, I can't do this anymore. I think this is the week where you see how that has really affected you, keeping your mouth shut for the sake of someone else. But it's been at your detriment, Cancer, because it's almost like there's been no consideration for how you feel, right? And I can really resonate with this because I'm a Libra rising. So if you know about astrology, then you know that Cancer is in my 10th house, which is like public persona, image, right? Um, and people have perceived me as like a mother figure in their life, which if you're watching this, I'm sure you can relate to that. And it's so frustrating because you're not their mom, right? Jennifer Lopez, cue the song, I'm not your mama. Like, you're not. It's not your responsibility to raise this person or really put up with whatever you've been putting up with, Cancer. So let's see in the future where you're heading. Cheetah, yeah, you're out. You're just like, you know what? Not my circus, not my monkey, goodbye, right? Or not my circus, not my clown. There's just a really big sense of like running, right? Off to the races, just gone. Um, and that is something about Cancers that I think people really do forget. Cancerians will hold on to the long haul, right? Very similar to your opposite, Capricorn. Opposites are way more similar than they are different, in my opinion. And when I'm doing a reading and the opposite energy comes through, it's always really reassuring to me because it shows me that you're integrating different parts of your personality, which is really important. The shadow side and the light side, right? So this week, as I said with the Cheetah card, you're moving forward. There's no, it almost feels like you've broken off all of the chains that were attached to you. And the imagery of the cheetah is reflected in the imagery of the fire ant card. So I think this is the week you're addressing the issue head on, which can be very difficult for Cancerians because similar to Libras, you guys really do like the peace, right? Similar to Pisces as well. You're not about the drama, you're not about the fighting, you'd much rather have everyone else get along, but how rarely does that happen, right? So let's see subconsciously where you're coming from. Swan! Ah, Cancer! So I don't know if this has been a significant other, which would be really difficult, Cancer. If it is, I am so sorry. I'm sending you all my love. Yeah, this card for me as a reader always talks about relationships, you know, kindred souls. It's normally a very beautiful card, but in this case, I almost feel like this has been a very karmic relationship for you. You know, it might not be romantic, it could be friendship, it could be work, as I said, multivocalic, but the bottom line is that it's almost like they've been mirroring your toxicity to you, right? Um, in almost an opposite way. It's like they're showing you that, um, and this might be a very specific example for one person in particular, but it's like if you are in a romantic relationship with this person, it's almost as if you go up to them to address a problem, being like, hey, I really don't appreciate when you do this. And then they make such a big deal out of what you brought up that you never bring it up again and it keeps happening, right? Uh, it does feel very like gaslighty, I'm not gonna lie, almost like you shouldn't be mad about that. Why are you even upset about that? When you're like, hey, if I'm saying I'm upset about it, you need to listen, right? So I think you've just been dealing with someone who's been very negligent of your emotions, very negligent of how you feel, right? Similar to a child where it's like the child can only see their own emotions involved. That's how this person has been behaving. And this is the week where you're just like, no, no more, right? Because that's unhealthy mothering in a way. If you always just give the child what it wants, you're not teaching the child much, right? So big, big, big lesson, Cancer. Huge. So consciously, let's see what's crowning the reading. Let's see sort of the outcome. Crow. Holy crap. Crows come out quite a bit for the cards this week. As I said in other readings, Crow for me really does represent past, present, future. And the fact that we got control center, you know, your matrix, it does feel like this has been happening for years. I want to say this isn't the first time it's happened. It's happened with other people. I really recommend, especially with the spider card, look into your childhood, look into your past, look for this kind of person throughout your past, because I'm hearing it now, they're going to be scattered. You could probably find this kind of person in your workplace, in your friend group, in your family structure, etc., etc. You'll probably figure out where the source of this is coming from, right? And with the Crow card coming out on top, past, present, future, you're finally gonna see things as they've been. You know, if these past few years have been really turbulent and confusing for you mentally, and you almost felt like you couldn't trust yourself, or as I said, there was a lot of gaslighting coming through, almost gaslighting yourself. I think you're getting rid of those toxic behaviors, and I'm hearing it with the Crow. You're just gonna have this almost pure vision that cannot be messed with, right? Ineffable. Just your vision is so clear by the end of this week, Cancer. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope something resonated or helped you out in some type of way, and I'll see you guys next week.